we are seeing a bit of warming up. I know, Scotia Sirens and Avonlea Robotic game went on for a little while, and we still want to make sure that everybody on these teams for the upcoming match has a chance to warm up adequately. Nobody wants to be hurt at this point. I've been informed by somebody watching that Jocelyn was representing Canada in Hong Kong and Las Vegas, so that's 2014 and 15. I can say from what I've seen from her, she has not lost a step on that windmill throw. She's made a few really good grabs too. I would guess she's on the short list for the national team again this year. I have no insight though, that's just my guess. We are just about ready. Thunder are all on the back line. It's interesting, Berkeley often seems to start off for the first point. Unusual for a captain, but I can respect that. And we are just about underway. Here we go. Both teams getting to the ball at similar times. Nobody deciding to throw off the rush. It's the Thunder striking first. Wall missing. Schmigelski also missing. And now Valkyrie with all 5 balls. And Schmigelski making him pay. Papernick, unfortunately, not a lot she could do. She's kind of pinned down by Gray on the side. Oh, there she goes. Decides to take a throw. And now we're seeing Valkyrie coming on up. Gray tagging Papernick in the corner. And in return, it looks like Flanagan hit out as well. Kirkpatrick, a lot of energy right now, taking over the corner before deferring to Gray. And we see 4 throws go in the way of Wall. She bounces off the court. Wilson, Ferentz, and Sugden going to need to hold their own against 5 for Valkyrie. Wilson blocking. Gray showing pressure. Cooper on the far side also showing pressure. And Crescenti tagged out. Another shot going the way of Cooper. Ferentz. Yep. Confirmed by the referee. She was hit out as well. So a little 1-for-1 there, which favors Valkyrie, the team with the extra players. They're coming up. Ness and Kirkpatrick thrown toward target, but still good so far. The 2-on-4. Wilson and Sugden advance. That ball bouncing a little bit short of Ness, who, again, checks with the refs. And we see another 1-for-1 on the left side of your screen. Gray knocked out, but so was Wilson, leaving just Sugden for the Edmonton Thunder. I hear some whistling. Oh, yep. Looks like some of the net post was a little bit off. Maybe not weighed down the way it should be. But, we want to make sure everybody's safe, obviously, as play continues. Sugden does get hit. So, well played by Valkyrie to take the first point. We did see the Thunder starting a little bit slow in some of their matches during the round robin, but they've got an awful lot of ability to kick it up into a higher gear after a little bit. And here we go. That throw toward Valkyrie, bouncing before it finds Ness. And a lot of high energy faking from players on both sides. You want to make sure those fakes are plenty believable. We're seeing throws toward Kirkpatrick. She slides out of the way. She's safe. And now Valkyrie to the line. Kirkpatrick feigning. And I think we saw Ness hit out and Papernick on the far side. Kirkpatrick still safe. Now it's the Thunder coming to the line. There's a ball bouncing in play from court number 1. Gets returned to him. The Edmonton Thunder coming in as the 9th seed in playoffs. I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised they were that low. They had so many strong matches in the round robin. They played so well last year too. I think their record in the round robin, not quite what they were hoping for, but they're still plenty dangerous enough to be a serious medal threat here. They're just going to have to get through the number 2 seed. Berkeley hit while she was low. Valkyrie, the number 2 seed, going through at 9-1. A plus 44 differential. That was the best point differential on the women's side. And we see a nice attempt from Flanagan, but it goes through the legs of Schmigelski. Ferentz holding down the left side, matching off with Gray. And a couple shots toward Ferentz. She gets tagged. Little polite applause for her opponents. And now Valkyrie looking super strong here, hoping to double their lead. That Wilson tagged out. Just Schmigelski remaining. And she takes a shot toward Ness, missing. Still got 5 to take on from Valkyrie. They've got 4 balls. And they have no hits so far. Ness evading that shot. Schmigelski taking another. Ness fakes. Cooper faking as well. Flanagan kind of casually strolling up to the line. No ball in hand until now for Schmigelski. She goes low, show and catch. And does not quite hang on. Getting some encouragement from her teammates, though. That was a pretty good effort. She was in a tough position against 5 opposing players, and I think 3 balls coming her way on that last one. This team, Valkyrie, based out of Ottawa. They're the top women's team in the Ottawa area right now. And we see Ness up at the front, and Berkeley not able to block that the way she hoped. Ness planning out a whole practice and training regimen for the team that Valkyrie spent a good 8 weeks on. A training program that was run by their coach, Spencer Sarow, and their captain, Lynn Kirkpatrick. Ness goes cross court toward Wall, who survives, I think. Papernick, though, taken out on the far side by Gray. Valkyrie doing weekly practices. They've got some space up in Ottawa to get their game skills on. Ooh. See the accuracy practice by Jess Gray. And unfortunately, that is Ferentz, who's going to have to walk off. And now back up to the line. It's Flanagan letting go. Sugden just missed. Flanagan has represented Canada 3 times at the World Cup of Baseball. Has 6 national women's baseball titles, so you better believe she can throw that ball. And Cooper with a big slide out of the way. She retrieves the ball that was threatening to roll back. And the Thunder, you see, nope, Wall just trying to defend herself. Avoids 2 balls coming in. Good evasiveness. Now they're huddling up. We see Valkyrie Nat'l electing to pressure the huddle itself. Ness gets tagged out, kind of laughing a bit. Ooh, nice cross court. Gray hitting Sugden out of the middle. Kirkpatrick showing pressure again. Takes over the corner with the blessing of her teammate and pops a shot onto Wilson. Wall, the only remaining Valkyrie, but she had taken out Flanagan just a moment before. And she evades that throw from Gray. Those cross-court throws, good for trying to catch people in their blind side, but also traveling the most distance. It's Gray again. This time Wall kind of sliding to the left, avoids that shot. And she's going to set up. She's on defense again. Blocks that one. You can see Wall, she's still confident to throw from the back line, but she's also playing defense. Ooh, she was willing to look for the catch there. But that time, I believe that was Cooper's throw. They kind of waited until Wall had kind of set her feet and was starting to move again before Cooper let go and connected. And so a 3-0 start for Valkyrie. 12 minutes and 16 seconds still to go in the first half. Cooper, who was a member of Team Maple Leaf in 2017, that was the alternates squad for Team Canada that was competing in the World Championships in the Pan Am Centre in Markham, Ontario, part of the Greater Toronto area. Cooper, a left-handed throw who is often patrolling the wing. They actually have Flanagan as well as the lefty. Gray taking a shot toward Ference. The answer back missing. See Berkeley and Wall protecting Sugden as she retrieves the ball. And now we see Edmonton huddling up. Flanagan and Gray. However, it's Kirkpatrick and Ness getting knocked out. Some good shots. Flanagan and Gray not able to protect their teammates there. Now Taylor and Cooper entering into the middle, calling the shots. It's Taylor, big shot onto Berkeley. And it looks like Ference may have been lost as well. Nope, she's fine. She's fine. 4-on-4 now. Valkyrie to the offense. Taylor faking that windmill. And Wall tagged. Taylor has a good overhand throw as well. And she shows it off. Ference also having been eliminated on the far side. Taylor now has to protect herself, but I think, yeah, that second ball found her. And she moves off. Jocelyn Taylor, a pickup after competing in Ontario Provincials on the team called Reigns. Getting picked up by Valkyrie for this Nationals tournament. Wilson now by herself. She's going to face pressure from Flanagan. Elects to go that way. Gray throwing, missing a little bit short. Wilson has 4 balls to her side. Sorry, 5 balls to her side. Flanagan the only one on her side. She goes low. Gray with a good defensive play. Wilson is going to try and find the right space to be playing from because she obviously is facing down multiple opponents. Valkyrie so far has been able to whittle down the Thunder to just one player against multiples a couple of times. It's making it a little easier for Valkyrie to pile up the points and making it a little harder for Thunder to get one of their own. Wilson showing some good blocks. Now she's coming up, mindful of the pressure from Cooper. Cooper blocks that ball upward, stays safe herself, and now equips her corners with the balls. Still on Wilson to throw. She's going to have to deal with pressure from Flanagan again. It goes that way, and Cooper catches the ricochet. Wilson playing that pretty well, but again, that's a tough spot to be in. Cooper ready for the bounce catch. And I think that was a timeout called by the Thunder. They're going to look to regroup. Berkeley talking strong to her team. And meanwhile, we see Valkyrie huddling up as well. Kirkpatrick doing most of the talking right now. See Coach Spencer Sereau in there as well. Sereau also the assistant coach to Team Canada on the women's side. He's been around the national program quite a while. He's been a player himself. He's also the captain of Fury, who I'm sure you've seen if you've been watching these streams as well. Fury, the undefeated second seed on the men's side. And Thunder are the first to break the huddle. They're going to hope to get themselves on the scoreboard. They've still got a bit of time before, things get dire, but they are down 4-0. That is a bit of a hole to be in. We're seeing Valkyrie staying with a pretty similar group of people. Have not seen Marie Wright in the match so far. Taylor is okay. Wright currently wearing a sweater. Not sure if she's hurt or if she's just kind of stepping back for a few minutes. Wall, wow, that's a great shot from Flanagan going for the ankles. Back and forth. Berkeley sends it over Flanagan's head. And now Valkyrie to the line. We see Taylor throwing toward Berkeley, and that is a grab. Nice catch by Shade Berkeley. Flanagan also eliminated. And this is, I think, the first substantial player edge I think we've seen from the Thunder so far, who have shown a pretty good ability to adjust to what's happening. Kirkpatrick just confirming with the refs that she's out. She is. Now we got Presenti in the middle, who's going to call the shot. She's one of the, wow, 3 throwers. They want to spend 3 balls on Shade Berkeley. Want to make sure she does not have an easy time catching another ball. Presenti, very active fakes. And drawing in some balls from her team, able to sweep that one off to the side. Now we see the attack. Ooh, we see a good shot from Sugden, but Presenti's able to avoid that. Papernick in the other corner. Hasn't had a lot of space to play her game, I'd say. Although here she comes charging on Ness. Ness blocking and looking at what she should do next. Elects to retrieve a ball. Papernick, I think, leading the charge again. That's Smigelski's taking a shot toward the middle on Presenti. And now we see Sugden wanting to make him worry. She draws in a couple of balls and stays alive. Amanda Sugden has been a fixture in the corner so far in this match. See a couple of fakes, and I think that's Wall's shot knocking Presenti down. Ness wants that ball, but Papernick does not want to let her have it. And Lisa Papernick blocking a ball. That one bouncing away from her. Valkyrie getting control of 5 now. Papernick, the only one for the Thunder. She goes defensive. She knows the pressure's coming, and she does get knocked out. Ferentz taking over on that left corner. Sugden still over there strong on the right corner. And we see Smigelski finding Ness. I think that's the first time Smigelski's connected with a throw. She looks happy about it. Cooper, who has been in this situation before, she's willing to take a possible trade, but she knocks Sugden out, stays alive herself, goes toward Ferentz. Ferentz goes low, though. And I think Ferentz was tagged there. Just kind of on the foot as she slid away. Cooper now going aggressive. A little measured aggression as she backs off from Smigelski and goes on Wall instead. Now the Thunder players talking about how they want to approach this. They throw both. And yeah, I think the question is, so okay, we see ref Eric Patterson saying that was a bounce before it was a catch. Looking for confirmation, I guess, from some of the other officials. Shot it out. And either way, though, Cooper with all but one of the balls, which is currently being held by Wall. Cooper does go toward her and tags her. So Cooper making this a one-on-one. So despite the Thunder having the significant player advantage, Cooper has proven to be difficult. Smigelski fakes, baits Cooper low. Smigelski now taking the line, missing. Looking for the ball as Cooper comes on offense and tags her. Smigelski a little frustrated with herself, but Connor Cooper, a formidable player. And unfortunately, though, that is a point I'm sure the Thunder feel like kind of slipped away from them. We've got about 5 minutes and I think 13 seconds in the first half. 5-0 lead for the number 2 seed, Valkyrie. And Ness fakes, draws in a throw from Berkeley that misses. Gray, aggressive as well. Gray, who had participated in a under-23 training program organized by Dodgeball Canada, headed up by Coach Victor Gravilli. Berkeley looks like she was hit out on the side there. They've directed a fair bit of attention her way. They know how strong she is. So Sugden's going to take over that corner again. And there we see a shot on interference from Gray. Valkyrie still 6 strong. And now the Thunder going on offense. They're going to need to find a couple of shots. And I think they found Taylor. Yeah, that catch I don't think is good. I think she was hit out before. That first ball bouncing off her leg and into the floor well before the other ball found its way into her hands. Still, though, you want to style on him. Get the catch if you can. Ooh, Schmigelski reaching for that ball that went high from Presenti. Meanwhile, Gray getting knocked out on the far side. Valkyrie, throw from Kirkpatrick going over. She kind of shakes her head no a little bit. Papernick staying alive. Gray, sorry, that was Kirkpatrick thinking about taking that shot, but backing off instead. We see that second ball toward Ness as she backed off from the first. Was not able to trap it as it hit her in the shoulder. Flanagan not tagged by that shot coming in her way. And Papernick absorbs a bit more pressure. She's still in it though, and big fake from her. Wilson gets the ball in the middle. They talk about what's going to happen next. Presenti jumps. And no harm done. And now we see Valkyrie players opting for verbal rather than hand signal type communication. Presenti bounces that one a little short. This is the first Nationals tournament for both of these Valkyrie players. And Flanagan tagged out. She's the first to drop of the two. Presenti hoping it's just going to be one of them. And that is a good block by Sugden. Now it's going to be on the Thunder. You'll probably see them spread out to try and make the angles as difficult as possible for Camila Presenti to defend. She commits to the ground. Papernick throws. Bounces a little too low. 5-0 for Valkyrie, but they are down one player against 4. A little over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And Presenti electing to throw a little early, but no harm done. And now a couple balls go her way, and Papernick's ball finds the leg, and the Edmonton Thunder finally find themselves a point. Sure, that feels good to get on the board. They've still got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to try and do a little more damage in the first half. And we'll see if they can build on that momentum off the rush. It's Sugden pitching back to Schmigelski. Ooh, nice shot from Ness, taking out Berkeley. Once again, Shanae Berkeley drawing a lot of attention from this Valkyrie team. Valkyrie wanting to claim that line, and the ball that's up there just barely on the side of the Edmonton Thunder. That buzzer is actually indicating the end of the first half on the other court, court number 1. Nice shot from Gray, knocking out Ferentz. And Valkyrie, that player edge again. Quick shot from Papernick, just missing Ness. Kirkpatrick's retaliation doesn't find the mark. And we got a couple of big arms coming up, and they find Papernick. That was both Flanagan and Kirkpatrick taking her out. Wilson once again taking over the corner once Papernick is no longer in it. Schmigelski's throw finds Ness. Ness not able to get her hands on that one. Kind of looking at them in disappointment. There is one lonely ball that the Thunder would like to get. Just stuck up at the line. We see a lot of back and forth. There's Sugden hit out as well as Kirkpatrick. Schmigelski, in fact, the only player remaining on the Thunder side. Gray manages to reach over and retrieve that ball. Nothing in hand for Schmigelski. And still nothing in hand after a couple of those balls find her. She wanted to catch, but again, difficult spot to be in as Valkyrie puts up point number 6. Valkyrie looking strong here in the first half. And during the brief break in between, I'm sure Thunder's going to need to talk about how they might turn things around. They have just under a minute to see what they can find before this half ends and, well, heads its way into sudden death. Ness aggressive at the line. Ferentz with the block. Berkeley in the middle this time, just Sugden starting in the far corner. Gray is alive. And now we see once again Valkyrie coming up to the line. That windmill throw toward Wilson missing, but Kirkpatrick and Papernick eliminated. Got 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Taylor looking threatening at the line. I think she was, apparently when she turned away, that second ball did find her foot. So referee's confirming she is out. Thunder with just about 7 seconds to make this first half work. Make sudden death a little easier on themselves. Gray throws, missing Berkeley. Flanagan hit out. Ference, I think, is okay. And we hear the whistle go. So Flanagan hit out. Ference actually was hit. And we are looking towards sudden death for the first half. It is 3-on-3. So no blocking allowed. Both teams start with 3 balls. Whoever wins this will capture the last point of the first half. That throw from Sugden, missing Cooper. Cooper gets that ball from the ball retriever. And we see a couple of shots missing. Ness set up to block there. Probably just the reflex that everybody's used to defending themselves with. Just not allowed right now. Or at least not if you want to stay in. Gray going across onto Berkeley. And that one finds Wilson. And Cooper willing to go hard too. Gray with the only ball on the Valkyrie side. I kind of think she's looking to get a bit aggressive with it. She does. She finds Berkeley. Gray, though, gets answered on. Sugden now one-on-one with Cooper. Trying to throw before Cooper gets a ball. That one bouncing before it finds her. Cooper guessing which way to go. Guesses correctly, but guesses a little bit wrong on the throw. Cooper aggressive. So I think the refs are going to talk about the timing here. They bring in the whole officiating crew to talk about what just happened there. So I think both players hit each other. If that's the case, as long as you can tell which ball went dead first, that tells you which player was eliminated first, and therefore which team gets the point. If they cannot make a conclusive determination that one player was out before the other, then they will just say it's a wash and they're going to have to replay it. It's one of the quirks of dodgeball. 2 players getting eliminated, actually kind of resetting the play. Cooper and Sugden still on the court. Captains relaying information to each other. It looks to me like they're playing things out. So both players going to be starting from that back line. And I think, yeah, the ref's saying you get to start with the balls as well. In fact, all of the balls need to be in play if it starts this way. Both players kind of kicking them out to the sideline. We see the back and forth. Each player missing. And that was a shot by Cooper onto Sugden, catching her as she jumped. Yeah, Valkyrie with that super strong start going into the second half. 7-1 lead for them. Brief update from what I can see on court number 1 between the 2 Manitoba women's teams. It looks like Prairie Fire has a 4-1 lead over Strike 1919. So one of those, Strike 1919, the team that qualified as a group. Prairie Fire, the team that qualified as a set of individuals from the other teams in the qualifying tournament. All pretty strong and experienced players at this point. The other side here, Valkyrie firmly in control. The number 2 seed looking pretty strong. If they are able to continue, they will move on to the semifinals, which are going to be played out tomorrow. Women's semifinals scheduled to happen at 9:45. Men's semifinals a little bit earlier at 8:30, followed by some medal matches based on whoever manages to make it to the bronze and gold medal games. You can stay tuned for the award ceremonies after that as well. But in the meantime, we're going to see if the Thunder can get themselves back in this game. They're down by a fair bit. It's not out of reach yet, though. And we see Marie Wright, number 17, enters the play for, I believe, the first time in this match. Marie Wright picked up by Valkyrie as an individual player, although she's from Ottawa and has been able to train with these women quite a bit. That throw towards Schmigelski, just missing. She kind of sweeps her leg out of the way. Berkeley has adjusted to playing in the middle. Perhaps feeling she can contribute a little better there. Papernick takes the shot, Ness hit out. And the Thunder with the early player edge. And that one not doing damage. Schmigelski taking an extra. Cooper right up on the line to protect her team. And we see throws onto Berkeley. I think that was two of them connecting. Papernick as well from, I think that was Gray's ball. And now we're looking at a 4-on-4. We see shot coming in from Schmigelski, blocked by Flanagan. Corners holding things down. We see a bit of pressure from Nat'l Wall. And a couple shots going in a couple of directions. Marie Wright hit out. Ferentz knocked out as well, and Wall. Ooh, and Flanagan. That's a lot of back and forth. We're down to a 2-on-2 after having a 4-on-4 15 seconds ago. Cooper, who's been great at surviving so far in this match, goes low. Now the throw is on Valkyrie. Gray chucks it, gets blocked by Schmigelski. Retaliates in kind and misses. Now the count is on Valkyrie. Both balls missing. Schmigelski charging, takes a look at Gray, but misses a little bit high as Gray goes low. And now with 5 balls, the Thunder, yep, it looks like the shot clock, they did not get rid of their balls in time. That means all the balls going over to Valkyrie. Schmigelski saying, I can't hear you, but it's also on the players to be aware of what that clock's at. You know you got 10 seconds from the time you get control of a majority of balls here. So tough break for them, but it's not over yet. Schmigelski clearly the target. Can't hang on to that one. And now, yeah, see a very alert play from Cooper. Sounds like Cooper actually touched the line, so it was her ball that hit Shannon Wilson, but sounds like it did not get released before Cooper actually touched the line, so we got a 1-on-1 with Gray. And a good block. Shannon Wilson now moving up, fakes Gray down to the ground, takes a shot. That is blocked. Gray ready for it and willing to block with both balls. Gray's shot going a little bit high. And now, I think Gray is taking the line again. Counts on her. She throws. But it's knocked away cleanly. Shannon Wilson now, again, fakes. Cleanly blocked. She's faking Gray to the ground, but Gray's ready to block. Wilson with only 1 ball has to block the return shot, but moves a little bit high over her. And with 17 minutes in the second half, these two teams are fighting for the first point of the second half. Oh, and I guess that was a finger block. Shannon Wilson calling herself out. So well fought, but Jessica Gray taking that point, or at least closing it out for Valkyrie. It's got an 8-1 lead now with a little bit under 17 minutes to go. And we're off. The 10th set of the match. See a shot toward Papernick finding her. Papernick not having a lot of luck against Valkyrie. They seem to be putting their shots where her blocking ball is not. And Ness throwing into the gap, gets tagged out on the return shot, and we also see Schmigelski avenged on a shot by Gray. And we see a miss there from Gray. Berkeley coming up hard to the line. Now the Thunder are going to regroup. Gray and Cooper, who've been on the corners most of the time for Valkyrie. Can't protect Taylor there, who's tagged out. Berkeley hit. Protecting her face. Marie Wright, I think, knew it wasn't the right time to take a shot. Ooh, and Valkyrie getting dangerously close to running out of time there and having to yield the balls to Thunder. I know I can hear the ref, so I'm hoping the players can as well. That shot from Gray going high. And that shot, oh, just grazing Presenti. I thought she shifted out of the way, but once again, great integrity by all these women. Calling themselves out when they know they've been hit. On finger blocks, jersey grazes, all that stuff. Cooper, a rare out for her. She has been great at surviving. Now we've got Gray and Wright. Ference and Sugden. Yeah, Ference not quite able to block that one cleanly. Looks like it found her on the knee. It's going to be up to Sugden, who elects to try her shot on Marie Wright. Goes low and blocks. Wright throwing, missing. Sugden not even really looking at that, worrying more about Gray's shot. There is a no look toward Wright, a second no look toward Wright, and then Sugden hit out by Gray. So that is a 9th point for Valkyrie. And this is getting pretty much out of reach for Thunder. We have just under 15 minutes, so it's possible, but they're going to have to hit a lot of shots and go on quite the run if they're going to take this match away from Valkyrie. I'm sure at the very least they want to make it close. Presenti with a nice catch. That ball being popped back into play. And we see a couple of throws going in a couple of directions. I think there are a few outs there. Presenti and Ness, the casualties. Valkyrie finding Berkeley on that one. She tries to go sideways and maybe make a catch, but no luck. And now Kirkpatrick showing pressure at the line as Schmigelski lets go of the throw. Wright takes over one of those balls. And the 3 ladies from Valkyrie coming to the line. Going low on their target there, but Nat'l Wall staying alive. 4 balls now in the hands of the Thunder. And they look for Wright, who slides to the side. Good lateral motion there. We see the throw from Flanagan onto Wall connects. Marie Wright often rocking interesting hair colors. Schmigelski forces a 1-for-1 with Kirkpatrick. Right, this time her hair is matching the Valkyrie jerseys, possibly intentional. And Flanagan blocking that one low. Thunder still 3 balls, but the count is going to be on Valkyrie. Flanagan, that one kind of slipped a bit, going high over Sugden. And we see the cross-court attempt, finding Flanagan. Nice shot out of Shannon Wilson. Marie Wright, the last player remaining for Valkyrie, looking to put the 10th point up on the board for them, but the Thunder aren't going to want to make that easy. Wright with a nice toss towards Sugden, but bounces that a little short and wide. The Thunder now coming up. And Wright tagged on the knee. Looks a little disappointed with herself, but I'm going to say that was a pretty nice throw from Wilson. So the Thunder get a 2nd point. Could this be the beginning of a comeback? 12:24 on the clock. There's still time to put up a bunch of points. Let's see how many they can get. Off the rush, Presenti taking 1 lateral. Nobody taking the other for the Thunder. On account of there wasn't one. Thunder to the line, having won the last point, and they find Presenti on the shins underneath that blocking ball. Now the onus is on Valkyrie to return fire. They've got the extra ball, and I think we see a 1-for-1. Cooper and Wall trading. An extra ball finding Cooper. He's like, hey, I'm done, okay? Papernick coming up, trying to protect that ball. Wright does not want Thunder to be able to retrieve it. And the count is on Thunder, because even though that ball is in neutral court, it's on their side, and they They don't get credit for not holding it. Berkeley is going to take over the only ball in hand of the Thunder. Valkyrie are going to try and protect that middle ball as long as they can. Berkeley avoids those shots. Nope, Berkeley does get hit. And I think we just saw a deflection. Schmigelski's ball was blocked and then snatched out of the air by Flanagan. Thunder still not able to get to that ball in the middle. Sugden clearing that shot from Flanagan. Papernick looking aggressive. Good fake out of her, making Wright hesitate. Papernick going cross-court on Flanagan. Wright returning and making a grab on Wilson. Marie Wright coming in only in the second half, but making a difference here. All the balls in hands of Valkyrie. Sugden's got a tough job. Made even harder if she can't stay in bounds, but that was a lot of balls coming her way. So Valkyrie up 10-2. A quick update from what I can see on court number one. It is 5-2 in favor of Prairie Fire over Strike 1919. About 6.5 minutes left in that game. We got just under 11 minutes remaining on this court. This game starting a little bit later. And we are hearing whistles. I think that means a false start somewhere. You get one false start per half. If you make a second false start, the refs are going to tell you you got to start the point down a player. If you make a third false start, you got to start down 2 players. You don't see that very often, but it has happened in this tournament. Taylor's shot finding Schmigelski, who remembers she wants to go to the other side. And a couple of balls toward Presenti, at least one of them finding her. Ball retriever Vinny Micucci back there helping out Valkyrie after being eliminated from Bon Echo. And we see Ness knocked out, Papernick as well, but Schmigelski caught in. And this is actually looking pretty good for the Thunder. It is just Jocelyn Taylor and Lynn Kirkpatrick on the court. Fully capable players facing tough odds against 5. Kirkpatrick not able to block that ball. So it's just Taylor. She will probably need to be in Team Canada form again. She fakes, she goes low, she blocks. I think she's just, oh, she was hit by maybe that first ball, catching her on the knee. So Thunder starting to find that accuracy a little bit more. They're still down 10-3, but I'm sure it feels nice to put a bit of point up on the board. I think it's 9:55 in the second half, still to go. Off the rush, Ness taking it. A bit of a confused one for the Thunder. I think Berkeley passed the ball back to nobody. Not sure if it slipped or if she thought someone would be there. Berkeley's throw just missing Cooper. Schmigelski holding down the middle. Papernick on the right side of your screen. Now Schmigelski defers the ball over to the side. Wall's going to take over. That ball going, neither ball doing too much damage as it gets tossed over toward the Edmonton players. They're going to huddle up. Cooper and Gray again going to provide the cover for their team. And Ness avoids the incoming shots. Berkeley with a good block. Nice and decisive. But that time Flanagan confidently putting that ball onto Berkeley's body. She'll make her way over to the sideline. Valkyrie, it's still going to be on them to throw. They've got the extra player. Papernick aggressive and makes a catch on Gray. Gray, I think, wants that ball back, but she put it right in the catching zone. Center mass, not the right place to aim if the other player's paying attention. And Ness gets tagged out by a couple of balls, one high on the shoulder. That one not the one to knock her out of play. Valkyrie now going to have to make up a bit of a player deficit. You see them send some balls toward Wall. So that is Sugden. Who retaliates, hits out Marie Wright, shaking her head as she makes her way to the sideline. Thunder coming up. Berkeley's shot goes toward Flanagan. Hits the official, who absorbs that with good grace. Valkyrie now going to make their way forward. Berkeley holding one ball, absorbing that pressure. Valkyrie still holding 3, but it is going to be up to the Thunder to go on the offense. Schmigelski here's what the call is on her side. That ball goes toward Berkeley. Nice aggressive shot from Flanagan. Manages to tag out Berkeley before she's ready to protect herself. 3-on-3. And that ball very close to the feet of Jocelyn Taylor, but Schmigelski a little bit short. And now Taylor holding 2 is probably going to be a throw. She is. Schmigelski ready to look for the catch there, but that ball going a bit wide. Most often you'll see the player holding 2 balls throw because they know everybody can still protect themselves after that. That one going a little bit high. Shannon Wilson putting that over the head of Jenna Flanagan. If my predictions hold true, Flanagan's going to be the thrower. Well, she's one of them. Taylor joining as well. Schmigelski trying to retaliate. Everybody's still up and standing. The count is on Valkyrie. Thunder taking the line, though. You see a block from Flanagan. That retaliation from Taylor just grazing Sugden, and Wilson hit out as well by Flanagan. Those 2 are possibly the most dangerous throwers on this Valkyrie team. Cooper, no slouch in the throwing department herself, though, and especially blocking, as we see. Taylor collecting some balls, and it's 5 in hand for Valkyrie. Schmigelski looks, catch, can't find it. A little bit of frustration there, but she keeps it in check. 11-3, 6.5 to go in this quarterfinal match. Number 2 seed Valkyrie. The only match they dropped was to Kick-Ass, I believe. The Thunder coming in as the number 9 seed. Here we go. And another false start. And I think they're getting the signal that the Thunder have to start with 1 player off because that is their second false start of the half. They're talking to Berkeley. Yeah, so Sugden is going to take the bullet for the team there. So she makes her way to the sideline. Berkeley running, picking that up. And so the Thunder playing with a little bit of a disadvantage now. That shot from Ness does catch wall. And now the Thunder huddle up tight, spread apart for the offense. And it's Papernick letting go one of those balls. The other one coming out from Wilson. Missing. That's a hit onto Flanagan. I think that was Ferentz's ball, finding the mark. 1 ball left with Thunder. Wilson threatening to throw. Berkeley bends back, hit by a couple of shots, though. Those shots were right on the money for Team Valkyrie. Presenti with the block out of the left corner. Count is on Valkyrie. They're using a lot of it. There's kind of a casual throw from Presenti. Still gets pretty close to Wilson. Now the Thunder are going to get to talk a bit. They've got 4 balls to spend. Wilson maybe the thrower. Nope. That was Ferentz instead, but Kirkpatrick, a skilled catcher. Ooh, she tries to catch that ricochet. Wilson, I think, making absolutely sure that Kirkpatrick is out. And we're seeing Valkyrie come up to the line. They've still got 5 players. They've got 4 balls. They go toward Papernick, the only one armed. Papernick could have passed that ball over to Wilson, but leaves that job for one of the ball retrievers. Wilson playing defense, doing well to get small and block. Retrieve that ball that's been hanging out in the transition zone for a while. And Flanagan with the block. I don't think that fake probably wasn't going to be a release anytime soon. Ness taking over in the corner. That ball going all the way across to Presenti. Ness still alive, but so is Wilson, playing tenaciously out there. The count is on Valkyrie. Marie Wright calling the shot, which isn't her shot this time. It's one of Ness or Presenti from the outside managing to find the mark onto Wilson. Very difficult to defend. Balls coming in from both sides from capable throwers. And it looks like if you're curious about the Manitoba side too, it's now 5-4. It's gotten close with just under a minute left on stream number 1, Twitch TV/Dodgeball Canada. Nat'l Wall hit out pretty early. She unfortunately has not been able to do much in this second half as she's been knocked out pretty quickly. Ference goes low. Not low enough though. I like still seeing the effort out of these Thunder players even though they're in a tough spot. And Ness gets hit, that ball going the wrong way into right. And it's a double, so that at least makes it a bit easier for Thunder to try and come back on this particular set. Presenti looks for a catch as she's not armed with a ball, but gets knocked out instead. And we see a ball going toward Cooper. Manages to avoid it. Kirkpatrick talking things through with Flanagan and Cooper. Papernick hit out. That's a very accurate shot out of Jenna Flanagan. They take a couple of shots onto Sugden as well, who retrieved a ball but paid for it. Thunder coming up to the line. Wilson's toss going on to Flanagan. Wilson seems to be one of the last players alive for the Thunder all the time. She looks toward Cooper, but not quite hitting. Cooper now in the middle. And it is Flanagan with another great shot. She has shown a lot of power and accuracy. And Berkeley, I think this is the first time Berkeley's the last one left. She's been a target early and often for Valkyrie. Berkeley going on the offensive. Looks for Kirkpatrick over her head. That one pops up and hits her. Berkeley now no balls, but she knows she wants to play aggressively for a bit. She's going to look for a catch, I'm sure. And doesn't quite find it. That first ball hit her in the shoulder. The second, maybe catchable, but no such luck for Shade Berkeley. I feel like Valkyrie has been really locked in this match. They've been looking super strong, hitting an awful lot of shots. Really good team play as well. They've got that 13-3 lead, which is obviously, at this point, with just, looks like 2 minutes and a couple of seconds remaining, insurmountable. Probably has been for a few minutes now. And we're off. And so is Schmigelski after Ness connects. Schmigelski has also often been a target. She's got a great throw. And we're seeing Ness just avoiding those shots. Marie Wright avoiding some pressure. Oh, never mind. She finds the sideline. Ference also knocked out on the return. That was, I believe, Gray. Berkeley trying to hit Flanagan. Papernick grazed on that shot by Flanagan. And Papernick not having a lot of luck in this match. Flanagan, on the other hand, having a lot of accuracy. And Sugden, we see some ball on ball. Berkeley is returned on by Ness and knocked out. Just Sugden remaining. Minute and 20 seconds left in the second half. We see a ball from a practice court coming on the court. Refs blow the whistle. One of the officials chucks it back over. You keep that ball over there, practice court. Sugden on defense. Wasn't able to get the balls around to block that second incoming shot. Acknowledging that she's out. A minute and 7 seconds remaining. It looks like over on the court number 1, it has been tied up 5-5 going into an extra period over there. 50 minutes showing on the clock. Pretty sure that's not the right amount. I think they get 4 minutes because I think it was in sudden death that match got tied up. Yeah, they're in overtime now. And players being told to return. If that false start was on the Valkyrie side, then that's not going to cost them anything other than a warning. Ness goes outside this time, missing Papernick. Right, just saying like, hey, I'm going to take it. Not a lot of time left on the clock, about 50 seconds. 5 balls in the hand of the Thunder. They're going to try to bring it against Ness. They do. Schmigelski threatening that windmill while Papernick threatens to throw from her knees. That one just a little bit low. Schmigelski kind of laughing as she retreats, nuts. Berkeley takes a great shot onto Marie Wright. Flanagan takes over the corner from her teammate. We have 17 seconds remaining in this game. See Berkeley absorb a little more pressure. And Papernik, big fake. I'm going to see if one last volley can come out of the Thunder here. They've got 4 seconds to do it. Oh, they find Kirkpatrick. And they find the end of the game as well. Don't bother going to sudden death when it doesn't affect the score. In a 14-3 match, I'm afraid it does not affect the score. So Valkyrie, the number 2 seed, they're going to advance to the semifinals. We will figure out who they play and let you know soon.